And we do need people like in the CIA. And,
Well,
and they are dedicated people who do it without any, you don't get a plaque, you get the fucking star on the wall without your name.
And
Right?
this was a sad night. I was there because of what I've done for the military. And it was a humble to be asked. And I got to ask CIA top brass. They go, "What is it you want?" And I said, can I ask you some weird stuff? He goes, "What is it, Mr. Allen? What would you like to know?" Like they go from being big, we love Home Improvement or Buzz Lightyear, whatever you do. And I said, "Can I ask you a question?" They go, what do you want? And they get real serious. The leader of it.
Well, they can't tell you much.
Well,
or
it's
they
funny.
shouldn't.
He said, "What do you want to know?" I said, "Well, off the coast of California, 2 F Hornets saw some bulbs that went left, right, up, down." He goes,
They're aliens.
"And what do you want to know?"
Totally.
Well, if they were going left, right at a certain speed and then stopped and went the other direction, it can't be an aircraft. He goes, "And your question?" "Well, if it's not an aircraft, it would be a drone of some sort or a helicopter." And he said, "And the question is, did the Hornet pilots know what they were?" He goes, "What did they say?" He goes, "Well, they said they did." This went on and on for 20 minutes. And I realized at the end of it, he goes, "So what do you think?" I said, "I think they possibly were something that we didn't know or that they're covering. But why would they show a picture of it if they're covering?" He goes, "It's a good question." And I go, "What are you saying?" He goes, "You've learned more by your questions than any answer I have." And I went, "You sons of bitches." So you don't, and that night got very tragically sad because we were celebrating at one point 5 children that had lost their parents. And you met these kids, and it was about money that CIA will take care of them. And these people, those kids it was so emotional for my family that these kids will never know what happened to their parents. Never know all they're told is they will never come home. You don't know where they were, and that's all you're going to hear.
I mean, it makes me think of that bad day in Coast, Afghanistan.
Yes.
When they were after bin Laden.
Yeah.
It's in the great movie they made about getting bin Laden. And they thought they had a lead to him, which was his doctor. And so they brought him onto the base. And this is the CIA running this operation. And of course, the guy gets out of the car. He's got a wooden leg. And what's in the wooden leg is a bomb.
Bomb, right.
And he blew up like 6 people.
Right.
Like all CIA people.
Right.
And, they don't get the name. They get the, the star.
As far as I got it, you'd look at all these people. None of these people are armed. They go into areas that are dangerous prior to soldiers.
Oh, yes.
And act like insurance agents or a medical. They come off.
And they save a lot of lives ultimately because they handle something. Now, look, have they made mistakes? Of course.
Yes.
But they handle things in a clandestine way that is way better than a hot war.
Yes.
They
also do stuff that you don't want to know about.
You do not want to know about. You don't. And those are aliens, Tim. No, I'm not.
Listen.
I had the guy on the show recently. There's a movie out now. I wish I could remember his name.
Oh, wait a minute. No, it's
a movie. It has dozens and dozens of credible people from the highest levels of our security apparatus and the military.
And they even have what's his name from Trump's administration, the
Marco Rubio.
Yeah,
isn't it a lot?
Yeah.
I mean, very credible people.
Uh-huh.
And they're basically telling us, look, they don't want to. They're in a precarious position. They don't want to scare people. On the other hand, things have changed so much. And my reading of this is, like 40, 50 years ago, we used to hear about the aliens. They landed in the middle of nowhere. They stuck something up your ass. It was always up your ass. But
several times.
But that is...
When they found nothing. They went up my ass. They found absolutely nothing but 2 polyps.
Well, they should come with you on their RV trip. They could just
just see it. You don't have to go up there. It's in this little tank.
Bring them in the RV. They'll do it for you. They work cheap, aliens. But, I feel like that was really happening. They were really finding out about humans. It seems to have started right after we exploded nuclear weapons in 1945, which could have alarmed them. I don't know how much they were monitoring us before. It seems like now they kind of want to let us know we're here. As I said to this guy when he was on Real Time about this, I said, it reminds me of the movie where the detective or whoever, the bad guy says, if I wanted you dead, you'd be dead already.
Right.
If they wanted us dead,
we'd be dead.
So they're watching.
Okay.
That's what I feel is the most logical. This is not crazy stuff. This is not Jewish space lasers. This is. Why wouldn't it be? There's nothing unscientific about
Here
it.
I am, CIA. So we're basically primitive compared to these people that can do this, monitor us without seeing.
Plainly,
We already have sent.
you especially.
Of course. We've already sent a probe to Mars. We've had probes here. We got a probe that we sent to an asteroid. So
I had one up my ass.
in a justification for me, I said, if there were them, anything that we're seeing is a probe. It's a robot. It's not aliens. They've sent out. If there is something, there's no reason to come here when we can send a drone.
They say they have corpses.
Well, send a drone.
They say they have corpses.
The corpse could be a drone. It's just their version of a drone. It's not. They're not anything like this.
No, this is from like the late 40s.
Yeah, no,
and
but
50s.
still, what if that's their version of a drone? They manufactured a drone. There's a great movie called The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh, I've seen it.
Right.
Of course.
I have the robot in my office. I got Gort. And in the original story, it was very twisty. It didn't come up in the movies that Michael Rennie, who played he came out and talked to us. In the original story, it turned out that Michael Rennie was the drone. Oh. The whole civilization was the Gort, and they had to make a human to talk to us. So they manufactured a human to speak to us because the Gort had nothing to say.
I don't think these are drones. I think these are little green men. They are. They're different from us, but not completely different. Everybody in that book, Communion, all these people who have the same experience and kind of gave the same testimony without knowing what the others were saying. They all talked about somebody who was like...
What's the name of the book?
Communion. Whitley Strieber, he wrote this.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a long time, like 30 years ago.
Yeah, but there's there's a French guy that wrote a book about... Shit.
Oh, you're not talking about the Raelians.
No. This is a guy who called them occurrences in Jacques Vallée. That's his name. And I can't remember the name of the book, but there's a little picture on the front of a kid walking into a light. And I'm on a train in Vancouver doing a gig. Took my family with me. Went from Vancouver all the way across Canada, which is just a gorgeous plane trip until you get to Calgary, and then it's like you're in the middle of Nebraska. It's just nothing wrong with Nebraska, but it's just nothing. There's no mountains. And the porter came by, saw that book. I was reading it. And it's all about a scientist that instead of looking at all these crazy people, these farmers that got taken by aliens, he just asked questions. He didn't judge. And he found so many similarities with no matter who had that. There were certain similarities. So the book was gone. And I asked him, there was a book sitting on this desk here. And he said, I don't know. He comes back 2 hours later, he goes, I'm sorry, I took the book. And I go, well, can I have it back? He goes, what is this book about? And I said, it's about I told him it's about occurrences, they called them. And he goes, why is that picture on the cover? And I go, what is the question about? And he goes, when I was a boy, there was a crackling noise outside, which is always smell of ozone, crackling noise, and things in threes. That's the things that always happen in the book.